Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Kamal bin SABRI. Today I will present about introduction, Al-Quran and Hadith about Maysir. Maysir is known as gambling. It is defining as easy acquisition of getting something by change towards money, wealth or product. Maysir also defined as any form of business activity where monetary gains are derived from merging, speculation or conjecture. In case of gambling, all parties involved will put something, usually money. However, only one party will get profit and the other will lose. Maysir is prohibited in Islam because it is speculative of something either it could be profit or loss. It is more to analysis of a lot of economic and financial data and involves the investment of assets, skills and labor. Besides, Maysir is effortless, which people just need to speculate and depend upon to the luck. In Islam, money should be earned by work it and put on effort which able to achieve by knowledge and skill. The prohibition of Maysir also stated in the Quran, which means Satan only wants to cause between you animosity and hatred through intoxicants and gambling, and to avert you from remembrance of Allah and from prayer. So, will you not desist? Surah Al-Ma'idah verses 91. In the hadith narrated by Abu Hurairah, the Prophet, peace be upon him, say, "You should not bet an amount of money except on races of camels, arrows, or horses." This hadith shows that betting is something that we need to avoid. Betting is similar as gambling because one part will win and the other will lose. It is incur possibility of chance of loss. In conclusion, Maysir is an activity that is forbidden in Islam, and we must try to avoid acts related to Maysir as it only brings harm in our life.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is SUHIMIN bin SININ, and today I will talk about modern business transactions that based on Maysir. Insurance is defined as the pooling of unforeseen losses through the transfer of such risk to insurers who undertake to reimburse the insured for such losses. It shows that what is being transferred in insurance contract is the risk of losses. We may claim that uncertainty is particularly important in an insurance contract because risk is, by its very nature, is uncertain. Uncertainty is a necessary component of a commercial insurance contract. According to this definition, the insurance arrangement will never take place if there was no risk or uncertainty. Because the contract of commercial insurance contains so much ambiguity, many critics consider insurance a form of gambling. The similarities between insurance and gambling are said to exist in the two places, that is, the first one, if the insured event occurs, the insurance operator loses, and if it does not occur, the customer loses. This is similar to a zero-sum game in gambling. The second one is, if the participant cancels the insurance contract, he may lose the majority of his premium money. This is said to be similar to a gambling because there is a risk of losing money. Stock market speculation also one of business in transactions that include Maysir. Some observers believe that speculation and gambling are interchangeable synonyms. Some argue that investing in securities is a form of gambling, where based on their analysis, speculators in the stock market rush to buy when the share price is particular entity fall, and when the price rises, speculators sell it back to the stock market. The price of the composite stock index will fall as a result of this circumstance, and the national economy will destroy. This indicates that investing in securities with no real economic value, such as ordinary derivatives, is considered gambling. Speculators in the stock market are gamblers because the risks are actual commercial hazard, comparable to a gambler activity which assumes no risk. The bottom line to distinguish Maysir gambling from legal speculator is that whoever wins takes the other's property. Overall, speculation in the stock market is one of the business transactions involving Maysir. This is because, according to the above study, it has been shown that the speculation in the stock market has adopted the concept of Maysir as their backup to move the world stock market. In conclusion, the result of the study shows that these two activities, namely insurance contracts and speculation in the stock market, are based on Maysir, and that these activities also have characteristics similar to the meaning of Maysir.
Good morning and salutation. My name is Veronica Stephen and my student ID is 2020888046. I will present on the impact of Maysir of individual, society and country. There are several effects of Maysir from an individual perspective, which is shackled in debt, ignoring one's responsibility to one's family and borrow money with illegal checks. Gamblers will be burdened with a lot of debt and have a restless life, wasting a lot of time with useless things, as well as greed. As a result of debt from losing gambling, it will drag gamblers to borrow money to illegal checks. Through this action, the burden on the gambler increases and will cause the gambler to become more desperate and stressed in settling his debts. Therefore, the gambler will turn other alternatives such as committing a crime in obtaining money to pay all the debts he has incurred. Activities such as snatching, robbing, stealing, according to sources from Royal Malaysian Police (PDRM). In addition, there are gamblers willing to neglect personal responsibilities to the family. Worse, when there are several cases, this indebted gambler is willing to mortgage his son and prostitute in order to settle all the debts. Furthermore, Maysir also affects the community. Among them is that there was division in society, enmity with each other, damaging the morals and mind of community, and corruption occurs as a result of losses incurred. By analogy, when the gambler is too stressed at the same time, resulting in gambler losing his mind and morals. For example, this wife become a place to release stress at the same time, cause cases of abuse to the wife because the gambler had to confiscate the wife's jewelry to pay off his debts. Unexpectedly, it will cause a divorce case claimed by the wife. The divorce will result in a split between the two families at the beginning. Then this split will widen due to society's views and perception of the gambler and the gambler's family. Therefore, those who commit Maysir's action will be looked down upon by society. This will make it difficult for them to get a job and do other chores. Accordingly, activities such as corruption are done to facilitate their affairs. Finally, Maysir has a negative impact on the country. One of the effects is an increase in criminal cases in the country. Those who do Maysir will be willing to do anything to repay the debt they have, even if it is against the law of the land. Then the people's trust in the country's leader diminishes. This is due to the increase in corruption committed by gamblers against the country's leaders in gaining trust, facilities, employment, and so on. The less affluent people will expect less help from government. Furthermore, underestimated by foreign countries because of the country is falling behind due to its heavy debt burden. The country will not be able to provide new facilities and infrastructure to meet the needs of its people.
Hi and good morning. My name is JUINA AMAT, and I will continue this presentation on how to curb and prevent activities that have an element of Maysir. So, the first way to prevent Maysir is increasing pity of Allah. The most powerful way to avoid Maysir is to increase the fear of Allah. So, we can do this by deepening our understanding of religion through the Quran, Sunnah, and Hadith. The second way is use Sharia services. As we know, Maysir is an element of transactions that are prohibited according to Islamic economics. So, by doing this, we can avoid it through the use of banking, insurance, e-wallets, and Sharia system investments. So, next is make investment. Instead of risking money for something uncertain, it is better for us to allocate funds on some Sharia instruments. Apart from participating in monitoring and making decisions, because this activity also does not harm to others. Last but not least, avoiding polls. Some scholars argue that the lottery also contains the elements of Maysir. In order to avoid it or to prevent Maysir, it will be better if we get used to saving the rest of our income from now on than using it to buy prize lottery coupons. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad AJWAD bin Muhammad NAZRI, and today I want to present to you about benefit of not doing Maysir activities and the conclusion. Okay, so firstly, the benefit of not doing Maysir is to avoid exploitation and injustice in any form of the parties of a contract. Islam has clearly prohibited all business transactions which lead to exploitation and injustice in any form to any party in the contract. And the advantage of the matter is that it protects the different parties from fraud and ignorance by prohibiting gharar in any commercial exchange. It requires that all Islamic financial and business transactions must be based on transparency, accuracy, and disclosure of all necessary information, so that no party has advantage over the other party. Okay, next, to ensure full consent and satisfaction of the other party contract. So full consent can only be achieved in full disclosure and transparency and through perfect knowledge from contracting of the counter values intend to be exchanged. The prohibition of gharar protect against unexpected loss and the possible disagreement regarding qualities or incompleteness of information. For the last benefit is encourage the spirit of brotherhood and cooperation in business relationship. Mutual risk sharing could help absorbing the weight loss by sharing it equitably between all parties. However, risk and uncertainty are conditioned by enough adequacy and accuracy of information to make reasonable estimate of the outcomes. For the conclusion, this presentation highlights general prohibition in commercial transaction Maysir and how they may involve in daily financial transactions. Although the Sharia compliance standard in Islamic banking's product and service in every jurisdictions is differ one another, yet they must conform to the requirement of the agreeable fatwas and regulations. The understanding of fiqh in Islamic commercial law, particularly the basic general principle in Islamic commercial transaction, to meet the challenge of growth that may further strengthen Islamic banking is a must toward exploring various effective banking products. Although some argue that the need to obtain Sharia requirement is a hurdle in the path of Islamic banking product innovation. So that for last, and thank you.